It's 7 o'clock, and without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you my friend, my mentor, my buddy, the glue in this common sense,
Yes,
brother coming directly,
yes,
directly from Boston,
yes.
Massachusetts, Eddie Freeman.
All right. Well,
What's
hey, good
up,
evening.
brother?
And thank you so much for having me here. I appreciate it. I just want to start by asking a question. Are you one of the millions of people that have been adversely affected by this economy? I mean, with the rising cost of everything from gasoline to groceries, I don't know how people keep up. But I'm here to tell you there is hope. You see, there is a brand new concept that is just now beginning to sweep this country, and it is beginning to create significant income for the people that recognize it and the people that take action. It's called the Common Sense Compensated Community. Can you imagine getting paid to do what you always do for free? You see, myself and a host of other people had a wonderful thing happen to us today, happened yesterday. It's going to happen every day going forward. We woke up and people all over the country washed their face. We made money. They took products for weight loss. We made money. They took products for stress, anxiety, high blood pressure, and we made money. But you know what the best part is? You can too. To really get your arms around it, I want to explain it the way I did to my friend Steve. See, Steve has been suffering with neuropathy for years. And I said, Steve, if you saw an ad on the GNC health food store and they had a product that would help your neuropathy, and it was $60 for a month supply, and it came with a 30-day unconditional 100% empty bottle money back guarantee, would you at least try the product? He said, Eddie, I'm in so much pain. Of course I'd try it. I said, if it helped you, would you buy it again the following month? He said, Eddie, I would buy that every month for the rest of my life. I said, Steve, do you know anybody with neuropathy? He said, I know hundreds of people. I said, so if you bought this product at a GNC health food store and it helped them, would you suggest that they go there and buy the product? He said, of course I would. I said, how much is GNC going to pay you to do that? He said, nothing. I said, aha. With us, you're going to now get paid to do what you've always done for free. You see, this whole concept was started by two men, Richard O'Brien and Joe Melling. And what they know is that disease is rising in the United States and it's unavoidable. Why? Because every day we eat food that is loaded with chemicals and pesticides. So what their formulators have done is create a group of products to provide your body the nutrients it needs to heal itself, which is just what your body wants to do. Now, we've got over 50 products. I'm not going to talk about all of them, but I'm going to mention a few. Are you familiar with muscadine grapes? These grapes are grown mostly in the southeast portion of the United States. No chemicals, no pesticides. The skin is so thick, the insects can't get in. And on the ORAC scale, it scores higher than any fruit, vegetable, or superfood I've ever seen. Now, the story behind our product is years ago, there was a wealthy man from North Carolina, and he got sick. And he bumped into this formulator that was working with muscadine grapes. And the formulator said, I convinced, my studies have shown that if you take a product that consists of 70% muscadine grape seeds and 30% muscadine grape skins, I can help you. And the formulator said, I got the top doctors in the world. They haven't been able to help. But if your product is just grapes, I might as well try it. Eight weeks later, he was 100% better. He was so excited, he went back to the formulator and said, you got to do clinical studies on this. And the formulator said, I don't have that kind of money. So this wealthy man put up $20 million to conduct a 5-year clinical study at Wake Forest University. And what I love about this is when this Zoom is over, you can just go Google muscadine, Wake Forest, and I promise you that for the rest of your life, you're going to want to be on this product and everybody you love on this product. But you know what else it does? It increases blood flow. Why would I be excited about that? I don't know. Maybe if your heart doesn't have to work so hard to pump the blood, your blood pressure would get regulated. And it also increases athletic capacity by 240%. Do you know anybody that's stressed, depressed, kids with ADHD? Our formulators have created what is now the most studied product for brain health in the universe. As a matter of fact, it's been published in medical journals all around the world, and it's all it is a group of micronutrients that we can't get eating normal food, and it is used to address every one of those situations. We've got products for gut health. We've got products to help you sleep. We've got products for aches, pains, arthritis. They're based on a group of superfoods like mangosteen, acai, fucoidan. These are some of the most powerful legal anti-inflammatories in the world. And of course, inflammation is the cause of almost every disease out there. We developed a men's testosterone product. Now, why would I be excited about that? Because once a man hits the age of 30, we lose 1 to 3% of our testosterone per year. That's why you see ex-athletes like Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas talking about a testosterone booster. I tried it for 90 days. It did nothing. Our formulators went to work and created what they felt were the best ingredients together to boost testosterone, male virility, things like horny goatweed extract and fenugreek and ashwagandha. And what I can tell you is that the guys that are using this, especially if they're adding muscadine, which also increases blood flow, no more little blue pills. Well, you don't want to have something for men without having something for women. We developed a woman's hormone balance product. It does not just increase libido, but for women that once a month deal with bloating and cramping, seems to go away almost overnight. Likewise, women that are going through menopause, all the negatives associated with menopause gone. Hey, I got a question. Do you know anybody that needs to lose weight? We developed a healthy weight loss coffee where I lost 14 pounds in 6 weeks. Now, for those of you that don't drink coffee, we got the same thing in a capsule, but without the coffee, and the results are just the same. For those of you that want to lose more weight or just overall health, we developed an organic greens product. Can you imagine all in one product, organic wheat and wheatgrass and kale and spinach? It sounds like it would taste disgusting. Yet we've got 6-year-old kids that would rather drink this product than drink a glass of orange juice. As a matter of fact, one of the ingredients is spirulina, which is a blue-green algae. It's been used to lower triglycerides and lower your blood sugar. I mean, we got a line of skincare products, all the newest 21st century technology. As a matter of fact, one of the ingredients, I kid you not, you put it on your face, it's a cream, boom, just like that, the wrinkles are gone. Now, the effects only last for 4 or 5 hours, but it's pretty cool. Now, I know what you're saying. Eddie, I've seen products like this before. You're not the first. But where ours is different is every other product I've seen that has those effects uses aluminum magnesium silicate to get those effects. That's what hardens concrete. Can't possibly be good for you. Our formulators found we could get the same, if not better results using healthy zeolite minerals from the Dead Sea. And for those of you that want a longer lasting reduction of wrinkles, we have a 1-minute mask. Are you familiar with essential oils and the power of essential oils? Well, we have over 30 essential oils. And the way so many people understand how good an essential oil is, you open it and smell it. You take one smell of any of our 35 plus essential oils and you will understand right away, wow, these are good. Are you familiar with earthing, grounding? Let me ask you a question. Do you use a cell phone? Do you use a computer? All day long, you're getting an overload of positive ions. What you want to do is get the positive ions and the negative ions even. So how are you going to add negative ions? Well, you can go barefoot outside for the next 10, 12 hours. Now, let's say you don't have time to be barefoot on the grass for the next 12 hours. We developed a bracelet. It is a negative ion bracelet. You could be grounded 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I've asked a few people around the United States that have had success with our products just to share their story. I'm going to start with a young lady in Ohio. Chris Schuster, good evening.
Hi, Eddie. Thanks for having me on. As you know, I've been a hairstylist for over 30 years, and I have suffered with massive joint pain just by working all day. And I am now pain-free with just one support stick a day, and I just feel amazing doing my 10-hour shifts. Back to you.
Love it. Hey, now we're going to stay in Ohio. Mr. Mike Fazio. Good evening, Michael.
Hi, Eddie. Hey, this is fantastic. Thank you. I want to tell you my testimonial. We got a meal replacement shake that just is rocking. I'm down almost 40 pounds. I have that instead of junk food at night for a snack, and it's delicious. You know, nobody eats right. We have 20 grams of protein, 4.5 servings of our daily fruits and vegetables, glutamine for gut health. It doesn't get any better than what we got. It's the best. You know what? You struggle to lose weight, you try this, it'll come off. Do it. You'll love it. Thanks.
Oh, Michael, thank you so much. Hey, we're going to go to Minnesota to my favorite nurse, Paula Wagner. Good evening, Paula.
Hello there. So in 21, I hurt my back at work and I was off of work. And as the back got better, the thyroid started acting up. So for 9 months, I had to have my own personal Uber driver if I went over 12 miles. And because I had super fatigue, my balance was way off. I had numbness and tingling in all extremities. And so finally, I had to retire from nursing of 30 years at Mayo Clinic because of all those symptoms. 2 days later, the Muscadine arrived at my door, and in 24 days, every issue that I had that caused me to retire was gone.
Wow,
my
thank
story.
you so much. And now we're going to go over to Utah to Dr. Clifton Brady. Good evening, Dr. Brady.
Good evening, Eddie. Hey, in just a minute, I'm going to share with you on the screen a before and after picture that will probably shock you. So be looking on your screen here in just a second. So first of all, I was just thinking about all the people that Daryl's going to be arresting on his movie set and how anxious they are and how panicky they are and how overwhelmed they are. And after he arrests them, he won't be able to sleep at night. Well, he's going to fix all those things because he's going to throw them in jail and then give them all of our products and help them take care. So he's going to make the problem and then fix the problem. And that's the kind of things that we can do with our formulas. But if they're regular folks not breaking the law, then they just need a little bit more energy and they just want to have better relations with their spouses. Like there's things that are working for people that are surprising. And one of the things that helped our family was my son was taking the Brain Sense and it was helping him with stress, but he was 7 years old and he wasn't taking it. So we had to bribe him with one of our products called ZanSense. And the before and after pictures you look on your screen, he was suffering so badly with eczema that it was just affecting his mind, it was affecting his mood, it was affecting his body, obviously. And 2 weeks later, it was gone. So yeah, the products work. Some of the things you can't see, like the eczema, but it's working just like that on the inside. Thanks, Eddie.
Well, Dr. Brady, thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate it. So now I think we can grasp the fact that these products work. But the next question is, does the business work? I've asked a few people to get on and share their stories. And we're going to start in Minnesota. Ned Hendricks. Good evening, Ned.
Good evening, Eddie. I have to tell you, I get so excited to show people that there is a better way to earn money. I love the financial rewards. I get a paycheck every single month along with bonuses. I love the flexibility, the freedom, and our personal development. But most of all, I think I have to say I love the relationships that have enriched my life in so many ways. Back to you, Eddie.
Ned, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, let's go across the country to Montana and Earl Teets. Good evening, Earl.
Hey, Eddie, I'll tell you, it's exciting. I own a lawn care company where I work 60 to 80 hours a week. And one of the excuses I hear from a lot of people is I'm self-employed. I don't have time. Well, I knew there was only so much time I had in a day to take care of lawn care services. And I needed to learn how to make money while I was sleeping. So I'm sure you can imagine how excited I was when I made more money on part-time efforts with my Common Sense business. I mean, twice what I make working full-time, 60 to 80 hours a week with my lawn care company, because we got a system that works, that allows people the personal development to think as entrepreneurs instead of employees. And it's helped me tremendously. What I like the most, Eddie, is I help several people on my team into our global bonus pools because our system works. Thanks for having me here, Eddie.
Earl, thank you so much for sharing. And now I'm going to go over to Minnesota and Connie Ross. Good evening, Connie.
Good evening, Eddie. I'd just like to share with you that I'm a high school retired teacher. I'm 74 years old and now a widow. My husband always ran our businesses, and I was just a good secretary for him. But since he passed, this was basically the first business that I ever had to start and run. And I've been involved since day one. And since the second year in business, I have earned over a six-figure income. And I honestly didn't know if I could do it, but I did it. And I'm very proud of it. But it's basically from the support that we get from our teams and the founders. And it's been a blessing in my life and gives me such an opportunity to meet people all over the country. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Connie. And now we're going to go over to Utah to my good friend, Nathan Cooper. Good evening, Nathan.
Hey, Eddie, thanks for having me on the call. What an exciting time. Hey, Eddie, I got to tell you, we have a ranch, we have a farm, we have some conventional businesses. My wife, she works at the hospital. She's a dosimetrist, has a great job. And Eddie, it is such a blessing. Common Sense, we made more money in Common Sense this month than we did all of our businesses and jobs combined. Eddie, we're excited, but what's more exciting than that is everybody's calling me and telling me about how their checks got bigger and the momentum, the exciting things that are happening right here at Common Sense, Eddie. It puts a smile on my face, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Nathan, thank you so much for sharing that. So now I think we can see that the business works. How do we do the business? It's so simple, guys. All you need to do is either get people on a Zoom like this or get together with the person that told you about us and get the information and get started. It's that simple. So now the question is, how much does it cost to start a business like this? And then how do we actually get paid? I know you're probably thinking it costs a fortune, $50,000, $100,000 to get started. But the truth of the matter is, you're going to get started for less than $1,000. And you have the opportunity to show a profit, as many of us have done in our first month. Now, basically, there are 4 different ways of getting started. And if you don't want to even get any product, you can do it. I wouldn't suggest it because then it's tough to talk about a product that you've never tried before. But you could do it if you want to. It's $59. And we still give you 2 things. We give you an app, and on the app, is every product that we have a little video, a PDF file with a list of ingredients and the intended benefits. With a touch of a button, you can send it to people all around the world. You also get a replicated website. Now we have 3 different product packages, and what people love is that in all 3 of these product packages, you get more product than you pay for. So we have a starter package that's $199. What comes in it? There are 5 products. If you bought them individually, they're $50 to $60 a piece. So it's $270 worth of product. We then include the $59. You get a $329 value for $199. And you only buy these product packages one time, by the way. Now, for those of you that say, well, 5 products, I mean, come on, you got over 50. 5 isn't enough to evaluate this. And I got a family. We have a product package for $499, which you likewise get a lot more product than you pay for. And that used to be the biggest package that we had, but because it used to only have 5 products. Today, with over 50, we have a product package. It's $999. It's over $1,650 value. And for those of you that want to get started with this package, you have the ability to earn an additional $300,000 above and beyond what you could normally make with our compensation structure. Now, how do we make money? Look, you're going to get people on these Zooms, and they're going to be people that say, I'm not interested in making money. But there's got to be a half a dozen products that they talked about. Great. So you find out what products they're interested in. You go to your app. You send them the information. You send them the replicated website. Every time they buy a product, you make $10. Now, the average person, let's say they bought 3 products a month, you would be making $30 per customer. So if you wanted to make an extra few $100s a month, find 10 customers, and you're making an extra few $100 a month. I'm not saying it's a fortune, but it will be enough to pay for a dozen eggs, let's say, the way things are going. All right. Now, the second way you make money is fast cash bonus. You see, when you enroll somebody with a product package, you make immediate money. But the best thing is, when they enroll people who enroll people, you make money there as well. So let's say you brought your friend Al into the business and Al bought the $9.99 package, bam, you make $250. If Al enrolls his friend Bob, he's the one that makes the $250, but you make $50. And when Bob enrolls Cheryl, who enrolls David, everybody that comes into your community one time, you're going to make $50 on that package. If you enroll somebody on a $4.99 package, you make $100. Everybody else that comes in, you make $25. If you enroll somebody with a $1.99 package, you make $25. Everybody else that comes into your community, you make $10. So one time, you make $10 to $250 per person as they get on board. You might say, well, wait a minute, where does the residual income occur? Because we start you off with a product package, I guarantee you are going to fall in love with some of these products. Now get this, the average person involved in our community is purchasing over $200 worth of product a month to use for themselves and for their significant others, their families, or to give away as samples. So now let's think about this. Let's say over the course of the next 30, 60, 90 days, you start getting people on these Zooms. You get them on the phone with the person that told you about it. Let's get the information to them. And let's say over that time, you bring in a few who bring in a few and you got 10 people. Well, if they're all buying a couple of $100 worth of product from the company to consume, you're doing $2,000 worth of business every month. Now let's take it a step further. What's going to happen when we teach those 10 people how to duplicate our efforts and they get 10 people? Now you got 100 people buying $200 worth of product from a company to consume or their family to consume. And now you're doing $20,000 worth of business a month, and now you're starting to make some money. What's going to happen over the next 30, 60, 90 days when those 100 people get 10? Now you've got 1,000 people buying a couple of $100 worth of product just to consume. Your business is doing $200,000 a month in business, and you are now making 6 figures a year residual income. But let's dream a little bit. What about in the next year after that, when those 1,000 people get 10? Folks, that's what dreams are made of. We also have a quarterly bonus pool that, I kid you not, you have the ability to make as much money every quarter as you do yearly in residual. And all you have to do is ask yourself one question. If everything you heard here tonight were true, and it's all verifiable, is there anything that will prevent you from getting started tonight? See, I've done a lot of reading in my time, and one of the things I love reading about is great leaders. Great leaders all have that one thing in common. They're decisive, and they base their decisions on facts. Tonight, we've done our very best to give you the facts, and now it's time for you to make a decision. Either these are products you want to start using right away and get healthier, or on top of that, it's a business you want to let us help you build by becoming an IBO. If I were you, I would get back with the person that told me about this, get your question, get started tonight, and we've got 48 hours until our next Zoom. For those of you who are already involved, you made the right choice. For those of you who are not, I urge you, get involved tonight. My name is Eddie Freeman, and I hope to see you on our next Zoom in 2 days. Take care, everybody.